So our goal for today is to be able to write linear equations when we're given slope and a point. So for this example, we're given a slope of 4 and also the point of 315. Now we've talked about the two things we need to know when writing a linear equation is 1 is the slope and 2 is the y-intercept. Once we know these two things, we can plug them into our equation and solve. Another thing that's nice to know is that general formula for our slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. And in this form, we've said that m equals the slope and the b is equal to the y-intercept. So looking at this information here, we know the slope, which is m, but we still don't know the y-intercept, so we're going to have to solve for that. So the other thing we have been given is this point, which is going to help us figure out what our y-intercept is. So in this point, it's an xy coordinate pair, so that means that 3 is an x value, and this 15 is a y value. So now that we know those, we can now look at this equation and use this to help us figure out what b should be. So when we look at this, we know from our coordinate pair up here, that's an xy coordinate pair, that y is 15. So we start with 15, and that's equal to our m, which is slope, and we've been given slope as a value of 4. And then this value of x here can be found in our coordinate pair, which was an xy coordinate pair. And so we have x equals 3. And we still don't know what this b is because that's what we're trying to solve for. So we'll write plus b. Now in order to solve here, we can simplify 4 times 3 as 12. We still have plus b, and on the other side we have our 15. So at this point I can either ask myself 12 plus what is going to equal 15, or if we think about solving equations, we're solving for b, we can subtract 12 from both sides. And we end up with 3 equals b. So now we also know that 3 equals b, which is our y-intercept, and we know that our slope is 4, which was the m, and we can use those to plug those into our equations to write our linear equation. So we end up with y equals m, which was our slope that we were given, so 4 times x plus b. We solved for b down here and said that b is 3, so we have plus 3. So we end with y equals 4x plus 3.